I'm normally like hardest on the coaches, Kyle and Robert. I'm going to get to solid 2. But today, I mean, I just have a little bit of empathy for Kyle. Just looking at the difference between the offense with Jimmy and with Nick. All of a sudden, when Mullins comes in, the things Kyle Shanahan calls worked. Okay, so it's like, that's quite a limitation he was working around with Jimmy Garoppolo. I would put it more on Jimmy than Kyle. But, I mean, Kyle, you're supposed to be a genius. You're not supposed to be good. You're making $10 million a year or more. You're supposed to be a genius. You're going up against the 32nd ranked defense in the league that didn't even have Jamal Adams or Shaquille Griffin. They're 2 best players on their defense. Certainly in their secondary, maybe the entire defense. Wagner had a good game, Bobby Wagner. We're gone. And you had 112 yards after 3 quarters. You can't put that all on Jimmy. You got to own that too. And he did after the game. He said, it starts with me. It starts with me, which is fair. I mean, he never gets specific, but do you really expect a guy to specifically list all the ways he sucked? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I would do that. So he did say it starts with me, but I don't know. It's just something you say. But there was nothing genius about his game plan today. There was nothing creative about it. I mean, it seemed like he just didn't have the energy to put together a good game plan this week. Like he was tired. He'd done it the last 2 weeks. Coming back from New England was tough. He's a little tired this week. And it was just like, you know what, man, I don't have the brain power to think up 8,000 new screens for our forward pass challenged quarterback. I don't got it. I'm just going to call the game a standard game. And if Jimmy flops, he flops. If he plays well, he plays well. This is the Kyle Shanahan screw it game. It was the same thing week 1 against the Cardinals, the same thing week 4 against the Eagles, the same thing week 5 against the Dolphins. A sink or swim game. I don't care, Jimmy. I don't want to protect you anymore. I don't feel like it. Go out and do something. Throw the ball down the field. Complete some passes. He couldn't do it. So I feel for Kyle in that sense, but on the other sense, nah. You're going up against a 32nd ranked defense missing most of their good players, and you couldn't find anything that worked. Your run game didn't work. You couldn't get the ball to Ayuk until the 4th quarter. You couldn't get the ball to Ross Dwelly until the 4th quarter. You only got the ball to Juszczyk twice. What is that? I mean, just because you don't have Deebo Samuel, Ayuk can do that stuff. You're not using Brandon Ayuk enough. This is what the thing with Kyle. Like, he's as good as he wants to be. But this season, it's like, I don't know. He hasn't really felt like being that good consistently. This week, it was like, man, I'm tired, man. It's like the guy in your class. Here's Kyle Shanahan to me. He's the smartest kid in your calculus class, right? The guy who just knows all the answers without trying and comes to class late, doesn't do his homework, talks back to the teacher, is a smart aleck, and gets a C-. It's like, yeah, you're probably going to get the best grade on the AP test. You're probably going to be a math major. You're probably going to do this for a living. But your attitude is self-destructive. Some weeks you just don't have it. You're like, man, I don't want to work hard this week. I'm Kyle Shanahan, whatever. That's what I saw from him. There just wasn't enough brain power in that game plan. And the fact that he called that zone read in the script in the first 15 plays meant it almost seemed like he expected to lose. He had no confidence in Jimmy Garoppolo. He lost confidence in Jimmy Garoppolo before there was a reason to lose confidence in him. I don't know what to make of that. Before I get to Robert Saleh, I'm gonna stick with the offense, and then I'll go defense. Brandon Ayuk's a stud. Brandon Ayuk is a hell of a player. If they could just get him the ball consistently, they'd be winning. I don't understand Kyle Shanahan's reticence to get him the ball. He should be returning all the punts. All the punts. He should be running end arounds every game. Every game. He should be running jet sweeps every game. He ran there was the one time they ran a reverse to him. They fumbled the ball. He picked it up off the ground and got positive yards. He's a baller. I don't like the we didn't have Deebo Samuel. We couldn't do what we wanted to do. You had Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk can do everything Debo does plus. And he only has three touches by the end of the third quarter. That's whack. I don't like that. I feel like I'm honorary quality control. And I was the worst. I mean, I was just terrible today. But it's my job to make sure the right players get the ball, because as good as Kyle Shanahan is, he can't figure that out. And I made a point of saying you got to get it to Kyle Juszczyk. And they did last week, not this week. 2 catches, 21 yards. That's it. Dwelly. I haven't made a big enough point about it. They need to give Dwelly 2 catches a game. They need to give Juszczyk 4, Dwelly 2. Dwelly got 1 today, scored a touchdown. He's good. It's not a joke. He's not a meme. Give him the ball.